Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Carp. I'm Steve Carpenter, Sports Information Director at Hutchinson Community College, and your host for this podcast. With no games going on because of the coronavirus pandemic, Conversations with Carp was created to keep Blue Dragon Nation in touch with our coaches and what's going on inside the world of Blue Dragon athletics. And today, my guest is none other than the head men's basketball coach at Hutchinson Community College, Steve Eck. Steve, thanks for taking some time to talk to us today.
Thanks, Carp. No problem at all.
It's been a weird time. I think that kind of goes without saying. So, just right off the bat, what are you doing in order to not only stay in touch with your students or your players who are coming back, but you're obviously right in the middle of a high recruiting cycle. How are you handling that, you and your assistant coaches taking care of business in this new normal?
Well, as far as the players that that are still enrolled in school right now, which it's just 15 of them, every Sunday night I get with them and they write down, as they get on the Dragon Zone, and they write down all their assignments that are due that week, and then prioritize them to which assignment needs to be done first. And so far, knock on wood, they've been pretty good at it as far as doing the homework. And I check it. They check the Dragon Zones, and I get a hold of. I talk to them maybe twice, 3 times a day. Probably too many times for them, but I want to stay on top, make sure they're doing the homework and getting it done. So that part so far is going smooth. Of course, it's only been a week and a half, but it's going all right. And as far as recruiting-wise goes, luckily we signed a few early. And right now, Coach Syriac and I and Coach Carney are just on the phones talking to them. We can, like most of the sports are doing, we can walk through the gym and show them the different things on FaceTime, and that's what we're doing.
I would assume also you're probably in constant communication with other coaches, with scouts and everything, still trying to scour the countryside, not only in the state of Kansas, but basically a border-to-border search for new players. That obviously is probably the most difficult part of this recruiting season. Just you can't go out and see players in person. Is that a fair statement?
Right, and it's going to get pushed back further and further. I'm not even sure it's going to be open at all this year. I mean, I know the NCAA pushed it back to May 30th, I think it was, and I'm waiting for the NJCAA to do the same thing. But like I said, we don't need a bunch of players. We just need a couple. And in the same return, we're sending out transcripts to different colleges for DJ and Tyler and Saquon and Fred, our 4 sophomores. They're trying to, find the school, and I think Saquon might have found one, but I can't officially announce it yet. But so we got to get those 4 guys off to the next level.
Yeah, there in turn is another issue with, again, the new normal is even though we can't bring players in to highlight our school, those 4 kids are basically depending on virtual tours with coaches and everything too. So they're getting it from the other side. What are you telling them in terms of making decisions? I know they probably have had already built a list up in terms of getting where they wanted to go, but how are you trying to guide those 4 kids into making their best decision?
Well, I'm not the one that's going to decide for them. I mean, obviously they are, and they've got their people back home to help them. But right now, they can't get out. It's May 30th until the Division I and Division II can get out and recruit or bring them in, and that might even get pushed back further yet. So I told my guys that if they find a school that go to a school that has your degree, but go to a school that really wants you. And don't go as high as you can just say you're at a Big 12 school, but go to a school that needs you and wants you, and you only got 2 years to play. to go where you wanted, like Tyler Brown. I'm not sure for sure, but Brown University, the Ivy League school, was talking to Tyler, and I told Tyler, why not go to a school that was named after you, Brown University. So, but anyway, so he's wide open too. So they're narrowing it down and go find the right school.
Now let's get away from the coronavirus aspect of this whole thing. I always just like to have conversations just in general with our coaches. You just completed your 11th season at Hutchinson, a 23 and
wow, that's amazing.
Yep, you put up with me this long. So, 23 and 9 this last year, and there were a lot of bright moments in this season. Let's talk about some of those bright moments.
Well, first semester we beat Coffville, we beat Independence, and was ranked number 2 in the country at one time. And then the second semester when we came back, we were just hit with, during the league season, we were hit with injuries and illnesses. And I never had my starting lineup changed every game. There's so many injuries. So we tried to, there was a couple times there's a couple games, one particularly Northwest Tech at third place. I had 5 of my top 6 guys were either sick or injured, and I shouldn't even played them. Looking back, I thought, well, I had to, they had to play for us to have a chance to win. But looking back at it, I could have played my other guys, and they would have probably came out and won by 10 or so points. And so I messed up there, and but we just had an injury bug and the sickness bug, and then we came out of that. We won our last 8 out of 10 games, and was playing pretty well, and had Cali County where we wanted them in the divisional tournament. And second half got sloppy. We led for about 32 minutes. In the last 8 minutes, they finally caught us, and it was a pretty physical game. They went the line. We threw the line more than we did, so that's amazing.
Yeah, you said you were kind of 11 years, and it has gone by fast. A lot of success here, but let's look at really in particular the 2017 season, where obviously the Blue Dragons won the national championship right here on our home floor. You had a national championship in your career at Redlands, but just how meaningful was it getting that team, which was a very close-knit, wonderful team? The community loved that team. Just how gratifying was it for you getting that particular team to the pinnacle of junior college basketball?
Well, it was nice. The thing was that at Redlands, when I was coaching Oklahoma, we won a national championship and also had a runner-up in championship. And then what we don't talk about is the 2016 season when we were runner-ups. Mm-hmm. We lost in the championship game. And, you're telling the guys, hold your head up, and there's always next year. But, that doesn't always come true. I mean, you don't get back to the championship game 2 years in a row by luck. And we had some really, really good sophomores and some good freshmen, and good administration help, and everybody just pulled together. And people forget we were down to Odessa by 18 points in the first half.
Yep. And
in the quarterfinals, and went to a zone defense and came back and got ahead at halftime. That was the key situation there. And so it's not easy to win a national championship. It's not easy to get to the national championship, the national tournament. So this year was a disappointment, but you just never know what's going to happen during the years, because with this new rule with the unlimited out-of-staters, that's why Colby could win the league this year. They didn't have any in-staters on the roster. They was all out-of-staters. I don't like the rule. I wish they'd change like they do it into football. I like coaching in-state kids, but a couple of years ago when we won the national championship in 2017, I had Poppy Conley and Samaja Haynes-Jones from Wichita. And now those other schools can go out and get players just as good as those guys are out of state. They don't have to worry about in-state. So the landscape has really changed a lot. But it was a special year, 2017. You gotta stop and smell the roses sometimes, because it might not ever happen again. You just never know.
As far as your career, which obviously started, we're not going to mention years because I still have to work it too, and you'll find a way to get back at me. At Jardine Junior, starting at Jardine Junior High. Yeah.
Yeah, Jardine Junior High. I started from the ninth grade level there, and head coach there. I mean, I was lucky to get a job. There was only 2 jobs open in Wichita in history and phys ed at the time, and I was promised one of them, and the other one was promised one, and he chose another junior high, and then my chance, and I had a Jardine. So it was a great 8 years there at Jardine, and I went to Wichita South for 10 years as a head coach, and then I got my start at Butler County Community College for 3 years, and so I wasn't really ever thinking about getting into college coaching. I really liked teaching high school, and I really missed high school teaching, because every hour you got 30 new knuckleheads coming in that you can joke with and teach, and you're not in the office like you are in the college situation, and in the office so much. Just sitting there getting a little belly, your little lump in your belly from sitting so much. But I've been in college now for 23 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
So time does fly. But I started from the bottom, and I worked my way through, and I had many chances to go to Division I. I never took them. But I had a chance to go to Division I assistant coaches, and there were some pretty good schools, and just wanted to stay in junior college.
What led you to the coaching ranks? There had to be, a mentor, or what brought Steve Eck into the coaching, or wanted to be a coach?
I had 2 mentors that were very important to me. One was Rex McMurray, my grade school. I don't know if you call it junior high, middle school, but it was grade school at Haven Middle School. And Rex McMurray was our social studies teacher. He was our our Haven Recreation department guy in the summertime, and he did everything with us every hour. We had croquet and horseshoes, archery, golf, trampoline, ping pong, and he was just like my father to me. And growing up, I lost more Coca-Cola to him because I was a Yankees fan. Back in the 60s and early 70s, Yankees weren't very good. So, and then after that in high school, Neil Hayes, my high school coach, and he was a big influence on me. That's why I wanted to be a math teacher at first, and I got to calculus. And I thought, okay, I think I'll go back to history because math is a little too tough for me. But Neil Hayes was a big influence on me, still is a big influence on me. I wanted to be like Coach Murray and Coach Hayes, and because they just helped so many people out, and that was the reason I got into coaching. I just always knew I wanted to be a coach.
Now, obviously, success has followed that decision. You're the all-time winningest coach at Hutchinson. You're the 4th highest ranked winning coach in the regions, or excuse me, in the JAG conference, 5th in Region 6, and then last year, 2018. 19 season, you were inducted in the NJCAA Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Talk about that honor a little bit.
It was nice. Those kind of things are nice for people that you worked with. That my assistant coaches that helped me, and my players that helped get all that done, administrators and SIDs and everybody else to help get that done, because you can't do it by yourself. And so I had some really good assistant coaches that brought in some really good players, but as far as me personally, I don't want to make not a big deal about it. I mean, it's nice, but it's not what I coach for. I don't coach for recognition, for awards. I coach to help the kids out.
Well, we appreciate all your contributions to Blue Dragon Athletics. It's been 11 years, and I know that, believe me, the way life is right now, once we get back to what we consider normal, there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of anxious fans coming out to watch the Blue Dragons, so we look forward to next year. My thanks to you, Steve, for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you too, Steve. Appreciate it.
That is Blue Dragon men's basketball coach Steve Eck, and that'll wrap up another edition of Conversations with Carp. We'll talk to you again soon. So long, everybody.